A very wealthy man named Philip opened a job vacancy for a personal caregiver. Philip was paralyzed from the neck down. Among the applicants in line, a young man named Driss stood out the most. He wasn't actually applying for the job. He only came to get a signature to claim his unemployment benefits. Not only that, Driss spoke and acted however he pleased, as if he didn't care about the interview at all. Unexpectedly, Philip chose Driss as his personal caregiver. This decision shocked everyone around him. Driss was given a luxurious room in the house. Despite having no experience and no understanding of proper manners, he was now part of Philip's life. They were like two worlds colliding, one full of discipline and rules, the other full of freedom and boldness. One day, Philip asked to be taken to an art gallery. Driss picked the most luxurious car to drive, and for the first time in his life, he experienced the thrill of riding a luxury vehicle. When they arrived at the gallery, Driss was very confused as Philip stared at an abstract painting for almost an hour. To Driss, it was just a meaningless painting. Even more confusing, Philip bought the painting for $30,000. One day, Philip's colleague warned him to be careful with Driss, revealing that Driss had just been released from prison. But Philip said Driss wasn't that bad. In fact, he was satisfied with Driss's performance as his caregiver. Eventually, Driss discovered Philip's secret. He had a special relationship with a woman named Eleanor. Over time, their bond grew beyond just caregiver and patient. Philip began opening up about his relationship with Eleanor. They had only exchanged letters and had never met in person. He also spoke about how deeply he loved his late wife, who had passed away after a miscarriage. That grief weighed heavier on him than his paralysis. One day, Driss made a painting in a completely random, careless way. Unexpectedly, everyone in the house praised it, even Philip. Driss gave the painting to Philip as a gift. Day by day, they spent time together. Driss's wild and spirited personality brought positive energy to Philip's life. Philip smiled more often and became more confident. One night, Philip offered the painting Driss had made to a colleague and priced it at $15,000. Unexpectedly, the colleague was interested in the random painting. Not long after, Philip took Driss on his private jet. On board, Philip handed $15,000 to Driss, the money from selling the painting. Soon after, Driss took Philip on an outing. He brought him to the beach, a view Philip hadn't seen in a long time. In a hotel, Driss helped tidy up Philip's appearance, of course while making jokes that made Philip laugh. Then Driss took Philip to a fancy restaurant. As soon as they sat down, Driss excused himself and told Philip that someone special would be joining him. Moments later, a beautiful woman sat across from Philip. It was Eleanor, the woman he had long dreamed of. This is true friendship, when someone gives their best to bring happiness to their friend.